military to either stick with the traditional or opt into the blended. I stuck to traditional, baby. I was like, no, I'll take my guaranteed pension. Thank you very much. Now what you have is the blended, where you have the TSP, which is down here, defined contribution. They've done away with the old, what's the real one? Yeah, old system of work 20 years, you get a pension, work 19 years with the Army, military, nothing, right? Which is kind of unfair. That's what they were trying to address, and it's cheaper. But they want to be able to do it so that if somebody came into the military, they worked 5 years, at least they have like a 401k type thing where they got some matching, and they leave with something, as opposed to, nothing for retirement, right? So again, we're not getting to everything. If something is popping out at you, write it down, go do your own research. Okay, defined contribution plans. Here's the big ones. Oh, TSP's up there. Left a comment there too, how about that?
What does TSP stand for?
Thrift Savings Plan.
Thrift Savings.
Yeah. Actually, I think there's a different acronym for the federal employees who are not military. There's another letter in there. But anyways, they work the same way. The big ones, 401k, 403bs, 457 TSPs, 403b and 457s, and a TSP, I guess. Those are mostly for nonprofits or governments, municipalities, stuff like that. So teachers, law enforcement, firefighters, government employees typically have one of these other ones. Okay, nonprofits will have the 403b for sure. They all work the same way, same thing. All right. Some rules around these. These are retirement plans. So the government has it set up so that you want to keep you boxed in there a bit, because they don't want to take care of a bunch of old people. Right? They want to make sure they're trying to force you to save for yourself, because otherwise you become a ward of the state, right? And they got to deal with it. And they know employers are getting rid of pensions, so they came up with these things. So let's talk about the rules. They have something called the 59.5 rule, right? 59.5 rule. 59.5 rule says that since this is a retirement plan, you can't pull money out before 59.5. If you do, on top of the taxes, because you haven't paid taxes yet, right? You deferred money into here. Matter of fact, you got a deduction on your income for any money you put in these tax later accounts. Any one of these. You put money into it, all right? So you made $60,000. I put $5,000 into my retirement plan. I only have to report how much? How much, Lee? If I made 60 and I put $5,000 in my 401k, how much income do I report to the IRS?
1,000.
1,000? No, 55,000. Is that right, Vito?
Yeah.
55,000. Right? So whatever you put in. I keep picking on you because you're on finance, man. Sorry. So whatever you put in, you deduct from your income. So just to say it again, I made 60,000. My company, wherever I work, has one of these defined contribution plans. I contributed 5,000. I only have 55,000 that I would report to the IRS. Oh well, more or less. All right. Haven't paid taxes on it. It's growing. You're 58. Like, man, I want to get this money out now. I want to retire now. That's it. I'm done. IRS says, nope. You got to wait till you're 59 because you haven't paid taxes yet. If you take it out early, you pay taxes and a penalty. All right. Just know that. There's also this thing called a 70. Well, I take that back. It was 70.5, but they realized people are living longer, so now it's called the 72.5 rule. They just moved the age up higher. Now we're talking about making it 75. It should tell you about what they're thinking about long term, about how long people are living. So especially if you're under 30 in here, like you got to understand, the likelihood of you getting to the age of 100 is really high.